have going on right now. We have a great friend of the show and of us in general, Mr. Antonio Bunn, CEO of Influx of Wealth, on air with us. Mr. Antonio Bunn, how you doing today, sir? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really well. I'm doing well. Can you speak up for us?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We can hear you now. Listen, welcome to the show. Thank you for calling in with us, man. We definitely appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Thank you for having me.
Well, look, teamwork makes the dream work. That's all it's about, man. Well, listen, we're excited to have you on today, and we're going to already get into the nitty-gritty just because we don't want to waste your time. We know you're an active man. It's a Saturday. You're probably relaxing with your family. Tell the people, our on-air viewers, just a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, as you said, my name is Antonio Bunn, owner and founder of Influx of Wealth. At Influx of Wealth, we handle everything from one-on-one financial coaching to income tax preparation, bookkeeping and accounting services for small businesses, as well as payroll services.
Wow, you guys definitely do it all. Jeez.
Yeah, that's right. You do the whole everything.
They definitely do it all. Well, look, first of all, congratulations on even having a business, because many people talk about it and many people even try it, but everyone can't last throughout the trials and tribulations that occur with business. So I have the question of, how have you overcome in business to be able to get you to this point?
Man, the biggest thing for me has really been a mixture of prayer and just changing my way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say changing my way of thinking, man, I'm saying like thinking beyond today, thinking about the things that I want to do with my business and for my family, in the future, and really building a plan and structure in my life and finances to help that thing come to pass.
Nice, man. You definitely say prayer is important. Planning is important. And definitely, you even said understanding the goals, saying you want to provide for your family. So I definitely, congratulations on making it this far, man. Trust me, it's a big deal. It's definitely a big deal.
So I have a question for you.
I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
So I have a question for you, Mr. Bunn. What advice would you give?
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Burney.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to be financially, stable?
Who wants to be financially stable?
Mm-hmm.
The big thing is just really taking that step to sit down and face reality. And I say that by just simply sitting down and writing out all of your financial responsibilities, your bills and all that stuff. And really just coming to grips with, okay, this is what I have to pay out, and this is what I have coming in, and begin to make those dating debt and structuring your finances through a budget.
Okay.
Well, that leads me to the question of, like, a lot of our viewers are younger. We're in about the range of 24 to about 35 years old. What advice would you give to a younger person? That maybe they're just fresh out of college or they're going into the workforce right out of high school. What advice would you give to them to say, okay, this is something you really need to go ahead and start doing now?
The advice I would give to a young person is really don't try to live your life to impress anybody.
Mm-hmm. That's real.
And with that, what I mean is the Jordans and all this other designer stuff. It's good. It makes you look good, but at the same time, your future and saving and planning for the future is more important. Mm-hmm. So really just getting to that place where you can, not all your extra money, but have some of your extra money go towards savings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what?
Even if it's a certain, if it's nothing but $50.
Right.
Okay, so I guess that maybe answers my questions. Like, is there like a certain amount, percentage that you would say, hey, put this aside? Is it just, hey, just put something aside? What would you say? If you was to put a percentage on it, what would you say it would be?
I would say about maybe 10%.
Yeah.
Okay.
10%, yeah.
10%. Okay, that's nice. So what if a person can't do 10%? Let's say a person is on minimum wage, right? And they have all these bills. What advice would you give that person?
I would give that person the advice of maybe giving up a hamburger a week.
That's a good point.
You know, most of the time, that's about $2-3 a trip.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that, 3-4 times a week, I mean, giving up one of those one of those burgers a week would actually help you, at the end of the month, be able to at least put aside $20 or $10 or something a month towards your future.
That's good.
That's amazing. Put something aside. All right, so let's switch gears, right? So me and my wife are married. You're married. We know a lot of people that are getting married. What system would you advise to someone that's married or getting married as far as handling their finances? At least what's worked for you?
Something that I would say, I guess advice I would give for that is it's always best to bring everything together.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times that's hard for a lot of people, including myself.
Okay.
Because we're used to, managing our own money and doing what we want, when we want, how we want.
Right.
But, bringing everything together under one roof really makes things a lot easier. It calls for a lot of communication, letting your partner know when you've spent something or when you're going to spend something. Mm-hmm. But I really think that that's the best way to, or really the best piece of advice that I've gotten and taken advantage of and could pass on to someone else.
So you saying all joint everything. All joint everything. That's what you saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I used to ask this question to a lot of people back in the day. It's like, would you rather have a joint account or separate accounts? And some people do say that it is whatever works for the people.
Right.
And for me, my thing was I want to join up everything. Just keep it joint. Just because I didn't want. There's so many other things to have issues about, and I didn't want money to be an issue. Right. And then this one lady was actually happy. So during my time at Enterprise, I used to always ask people,
right,
what's something about marriage? And this lady said that it boils down to communication, like you even stated. So this is just reiterating the strength of what you said, was that she ended up saying all you have to do is if I go out, it's based on communication, because if I go out to eat and I get a burger and a fry and spend $10 and don't tell you, and at the same time you go out and get a sub and a bag of chips for $10, we spent $20 without communicating, and we do that 5 times a week.
Ooh.
That's $100.
Right.
So how fast that goes by.
Yeah, that's true. And I think
exactly, yeah.
And with us as well, I was saying, what if we have like a little one over here for me? He was like, no.
What?
I was talking about the accounts. I was like, what if I just had like a separate one for like...
Yeah, that didn't turn over too well when we had that conversation. I was kind of like, because she was saying, oh, let me... Because we were... And the crazy thing is we were talking about grocery shopping.
Right.
Right? So I personally like to do the grocery shopping in the house. And
because I don't look at prices.
She does. She's getting stuff.
If I want it, I'm gonna get it.
That's her thing, right? And my thing was,
oh my god,
yeah, and you can only imagine what it's like in the store, okay? And I have, and I would, if we set a budget, I would stick to it. I would make the list. And mind you, I used to go to Harris T to travel to different stores to get different things based off the prices. So I'm one of those shoppers, right?
I'm not.
She's not. So when we go into the store, I'm like, okay, let's get this list, and she be like, oh, let me get this, and I got to like grip the handles of the cart, so I don't run it into the freaking the end cap, because I'm like, yo, we talked about this at the crib, And it got to the point where she was like, well, why don't we just put some money into the side for me so I don't got to ask anything. But of course, she came around on my side. But I've also let up to allow the other things to come in as long as it's not too much.
Right.
That was my thing.
Now on the list, Tony, I have a miscellaneous spot on the list. So if there's something I want to get, I don't remember when we're making the list. I'm like, okay, I'll go back and get this because this is my miscellaneous item that I couldn't think of then when I see it. But it's like, I need that right now.
I like that. I might have to get one of those on our budget.
Okay, well, listen, let's go into your business. All right, so you do the financial coaching, you do the payroll, you do the accounting, you do the tax preparation, and we just know tax season is kind of, it's still in play. We still have basically like another month and a half going on together. And I definitely want to read this comment 1 second, and that is Mr. Solomon saying that him and his wife shop together and choose what you like. So they're kind of, free willy all over the place, assuming based off of what he's saying, just pick what you like.
Never try to change your mate.
Yeah, let them be themselves. Never try to change your mate. And again, that's something I had to learn. Again, if we say we're going to be at a budget, though, then let's stick to the budget. And that's where we was kind of
that was my problem. Like, I would literally walk away from him in the grocery store.
It would be. But so you have all of these. You have all of these services. How can a person even choose one of those services?
Right.
Like, what, let's say we're a couple and we want to do financial coaching, or we're a young person that likes to fresh out of college and we finally got that real life job, so we're making $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. Why would I say I need financial coaching?
Or even a business.
Or what?
Like a small business. Did you say that?
Well, I was talking about the accountant, so what you're saying was right. Like, at what point should that person decide to say, I want the financial coaching for handling my finances, or I need the accounting services for my fresh new business that I'm trying to implement?
Realistically, someone should do it straight out the gate.
Okay.
To know, like, I didn't even know about those type things when I first graduated college. I didn't know it existed, and a lot of people don't. And they really get to, it's kind of like most of the people that I deal with, they get to a point where they're in a tough spot, and they, like, okay, I need some help to get out of this, and then they decide to come and get the help.
Right.
Okay. So you saying
so my goal and my job is to help motivate people to do that before they get to that place.
Right. That's good.
That's amazing, man. And that's, like I said, they do say start early, and that's one of the most beautiful things. So that's great to hear, man. That is great to hear. So listen, before we finish this up, definitely give the people your contact information, how they can reach out to you if they have questions.
Okay, they can reach me on the web at wealth.
You're slightly breaking up, so that's
be reached on Face. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, type it on there. So influxofwealth.com.
Yes, sir. Influxofwealth.com. And also on Facebook, you can look up Influx of Wealth. And I can also be reached by phone at 866-899-9020.
Nice. Well, thank you, Mr. Bunn. Look, we definitely appreciate the time and your insight and your expertise on this topic of finances. And this will not be the last time we have you call in, because the world of finances is so big and there's so much to learn. And so we want to definitely just be an avenue that way you can share the information that you have and give it out to the masses, man. So we definitely appreciate your time and your effort today, man. We truly do. Yeah.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Mr.
Awesome,
Bunn.
man. Well, I'm grateful to be a part.
Nah, thank you, man. Look, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
Well, you guys here today,